What happens when love endures through sickness, silence, and storms? A miracle unfolds. After years of standing strong together, Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo have just announced news that's melting hearts across the globe. The couple is expecting their first child, just months after their long-awaited wedding. Join Red Carpet Revealed as we dive into the emotional journey behind this beautiful new beginning. For Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo, the answer is a miracle born not of luck, but of loyalty, pain, and deep emotional endurance. Their pregnancy announcement didn't just light up headlines. It ignited something much deeper in the hearts of fans around the world, a sense that love, when real, can withstand anything. Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo's journey hasn't followed the usual celebrity romance arc. There were no constant Instagram updates, no flashy dates captured for publicity. Their story unfolded in quiet moments, hidden from the cameras, whispered in statements from agencies, and glimpsed only briefly by a public that watched, waited, and hoped. The couple first met in 2015 while working together on a Giordano fashion campaign. At the time, both were at the height of their careers. Shin Min-seo was already a household name, revered for her nuanced performances in romantic dramas and films. Kim Woo-bin was a rising star, commanding attention with his roles in The Heirs, Uncontrollably Fond, and School 2013. But beyond their on-screen appeal, there was a groundedness to them, an aura of sincerity that fans immediately noticed. When news broke that they were dating, the reaction was overwhelmingly positive, but the two chose not to feed the media frenzy. They didn't flaunt their relationship, nor did they deny it. Their silence was powerful, a quiet affirmation that their love didn't need validation from the outside world. Then came 2017, when Kim Woo-bin was diagnosed with nasopharyngeal cancer. The entertainment world held its breath. The actor was just 27. At an age when most are forging ahead with their careers, Woo-bin was forced to step back entirely, to fight for his life. Public appearances stopped, projects were postponed. His vibrant presence faded from the limelight as he entered a private battle no fame could shield him from. During that time, Shin Min-seo was his constant. Though rarely seen or spoken about in official statements, insiders and occasional photos revealed she was with him, quietly, lovingly. She paused work, rearranged schedules, and cared for him through chemotherapy and radiation treatments. It was not a romanticized kind of love. It was hard, real, and unglamorous. That is where the depth of their connection became undeniable. Unlike many celebrity relationships that might collapse under the strain of serious illness, theirs endured. And more importantly, it evolved. Their love matured, shaped by crisis and courage. It became less about dating and more about partnership. She was no longer just his girlfriend, she was his lifeline. By 2019, Woo-bin's health was improving. When he appeared at the Blue Dragon Film Awards after a long absence, he was met with a standing ovation. His first words weren't about a role or a comeback. They were words of gratitude, for life, for love, and for the support that carried him through. Their decision to work together again in 2022's Our Blues was symbolic. Though their characters didn't have a romantic connection in the drama, the mere fact that they chose to share the screen again was a powerful statement. It wasn't a publicity stunt, it was a celebration of survival and a nod to their quiet strength. While many expected a high-profile wedding, Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo again chose the road less traveled. According to trusted sources, they were married in a small, private ceremony surrounded only by close family and friends. No official photos. No press releases. No grand spectacles. Just a quiet beginning to a new chapter. And then, in June 2025, came the announcement that made headlines across Asia and beyond. They were expecting their first child. The news was met with collective joy, not the usual fleeting congratulations celebrities receive, but something deeper. Fans who had followed them for a decade felt personally moved, as if witnessing the final chapter in a long, emotional novel they'd been reading in real time. For many, it wasn't just a pregnancy. It was a victory. This child represents more than new life. It symbolizes love that survived the impossible. It stands for the strength of two individuals who never needed the world to understand them to keep moving forward together. For every fan who had hoped for their happiness, this was the moment that made the wait worthwhile. Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo have never tried to be the perfect couple, they've simply lived their lives with integrity. They've protected their privacy fiercely, but not at the expense of authenticity. And in doing so, they've redefined what it means to love someone in the public eye, without spectacle, without noise, without compromise. In an age where relationships come and go as quickly as social media trends, their story offers a rare counterpoint, a reminder that true connection doesn't demand attention. It simply endures. As they step into parenthood, no doubt they will remain as graceful and grounded as they've always been. And while fans may never get a baby photo or public family diary, they've already received something much more meaningful, the assurance that even in a world of constant change, real love still exists, and sometimes brings miracles. Traditionally, South Korea's entertainment industry has maintained a very polished, almost unreachably perfect image of its stars. Idols and actors are expected to remain private, if not entirely silent, about personal relationships. Marriage and children are often postponed, or even hidden, out of fear that they might disrupt an image or alienate fans. In this tightly controlled atmosphere, Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo's love story has broken quiet barriers. They never staged public love, but they also never denied it. When Woo-bin was sick, Shin Min-seo didn't disappear into a PR shell. She stayed. She didn't hold press conferences or cry on camera, but her actions said everything. In doing so, they've subtly reshaped the conversation around what it means to be a public figure in Korea, and how love and vulnerability can exist within that space. Their pregnancy marks a particularly meaningful moment in this evolution. It signals that stars, too, can live full human lives, complete with joy, struggle, commitment, and family, and they can do so without sacrificing dignity or their careers. A future written in love, not fame. Now that they're expecting, speculation has naturally turned to their next chapter. What kind of parents will they be? Will they step further away from the spotlight? Will their child grow up in private, shielded from the glare of celebrity culture? Though they've never been overly forthcoming with personal details, one thing is clear: Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo value their peace. This likely means that their family life will remain a mostly private sanctuary, just as their relationship has always been. Yet, they're not disappearing. In recent years, both actors have made thoughtful choices in the roles they take, projects with substance, emotional resonance, and meaningful storytelling. It's safe to assume that even as they transition into parenthood, their careers won't vanish. They'll simply be shaped around what matters most. Rather than treat family as something that threatens their work, they will likely approach it as something that informs it. Emotional depth, already powerful on screen, may take on new layers drawn from the lived experience of being parents. The baby who represents a nation's hope. There's something beautifully symbolic about this child. For a nation that followed Woo-bin's battle with cancer and watched Min-seo's quiet strength through it all, this pregnancy feels like the happy ending to a long, emotional journey. Many fans remember the days when they anxiously awaited health updates, when rumors about relapses or breakups swirled through the media, when every sighting of Shin Min-seo pushing Woo-bin in a wheelchair, or of the two dining quietly together, became a beacon of hope. Now, instead of worry, there's celebration. That shift in emotion is deeply felt, not just by fans, but by fellow actors, industry insiders, and everyday people who see in their journey a reflection of their own battles and victories. In a country where stoicism is often prized, couples' honesty, through silence, through loyalty, through action, has shown that emotion, especially love, is not a weakness. It's the very core of strength, lessons they leave for a generation. In a world where love is often filtered, touched, or monetized, Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo have offered something different: real, steady affection that never tried to sell itself. And in doing so, they've left behind lessons for a new generation, not just of fans, but of artists, lovers, and dreamers. They've taught us that love doesn't need to be loud to be deep. Standing by someone during their darkest hours says more than any public declaration. Privacy isn't about hiding, it's about protecting what's sacred. Healing takes time, and that time is worth waiting for. Miracles do not happen overnight, they are made, day by day, through endurance, faith, and care. more young celebrities come of age in the Korean entertainment world, they may look to Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo not just as talented actors, but as pioneers of a healthier, more human approach to fame and love. What comes next? For now, the couple remains gracefully silent about the details of their pregnancy. No gender reveal videos. No baby shower sponsorships. Just a simple confirmation that they are entering the most beautiful chapter of their lives together. In many ways, that is their magic. Don't chase the spotlight, it follows them. Quietly, respectfully, because their story is one the world wants to believe in. Fans may never see baby pictures or get updates about due dates, they don't need to. What they've received is already enough. A glimpse into a love that has survived illness, weathered time, and now blossoms into new life. This baby, born of patience, loyalty, and deep affection, is not just the beginning of a new chapter. It is the culmination of everything they've endured, and the start of something even greater, a future they built together, far from cameras, and filled with nothing but truth. As the world watches, one thing is clear, Kim Woo-bin and Shin Min-seo have already given us something far more lasting than a viral moment. They've given us a